The Future of Payback 2. Hey everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about a game that, despite its age, still has a loyal and active community. Of course, I'm talking about Payback 2. The game has been around for many years, but people are still playing it, making videos, discussing its future, and, of course, waiting for Payback 3. But that brings us to an important question. What does the future actually look like for Payback 2? Will Apex Designs continue updating the game? Could we still get a big update? Or is the future of Payback 2 completely connected to Payback 3? Let's start with something that makes Payback 2 special. Simplicity. You launch the game, choose an event, pick a vehicle, and you're ready to cause chaos. You don't need a massive open world. You don't need hundreds of hours of story. Payback 2 lets you jump straight into the action. Cars, tanks, helicopters, planes, weapons, and different events make the game surprisingly fun even after all these years. And that's exactly why the future of Payback 2 is so interesting. On one hand, the game is old. On the other hand, its basic formula still works. So the biggest question is, will Apex Designs continue developing Payback 2? Over the last few years, updates haven't arrived as frequently as many fans would like. And there's a pretty simple reason for that. Payback 3. If the information surrounding Payback 3's development is accurate, it makes sense that a small studio can't put unlimited resources into both games at the same time. Because of that, we may see Payback 2 receive mostly smaller updates, fixes, technical improvements, or occasional changes. But that doesn't mean the game is dead. Far from it. The community is still creating videos, challenges, guides, experiments, and different kinds of content. And the community itself could become one of the most important parts of Payback 2's future. Because even if major updates become less common, players can keep the game alive for years. But here's a more interesting question. Could Payback 2 still receive one final major update? Technically, yes. But we shouldn't treat that as guaranteed. If Apex Designs is putting most of its resources into Payback 3, a huge Payback 2 update probably won't be the main priority. In my opinion, a more realistic scenario is that Payback 2 slowly moves into a maintenance phase. The game stays available. People continue playing it. Smaller fixes or improvements could still happen. But the biggest changes will probably be saved for Payback 3. And this is where things get really interesting. Maybe the future of Payback 2 isn't about getting massive updates anymore. Maybe its biggest role is showing Apex Designs what players actually want from the next game. Over the years, the community has made it very clear which parts of Payback 2 are most important. Cars, weapons, military vehicles, physics, chaos, multiplayer, and most importantly, the ability to start having fun almost immediately. If Payback 3 can take those ideas and combine them with modern technology, it could be a huge step forward for the series. But there's another possibility. If Payback 3 eventually releases, it could completely change the way people look at Payback 2. The older game could become a classic. Something people return to because of nostalgia. Just like we still go back to older games even when newer versions are available. And honestly, Payback 2 has everything it needs to become that kind of game. If Payback 3 is successful, Payback 2 could remain an important part of the history of the series. And if Payback 3 takes much longer to arrive, Payback 2 will still be here. And I think that's the most important thing. We don't know exactly what Apex Designs has planned for Payback 2. We don't know if there will be another major update. We don't know how long the game will continue receiving support. But we do know one thing. Payback 2 still has a community. And as long as people continue playing, making videos and talking about the game, its story isn't over. Maybe the future of Payback 2 won't be about huge updates. Maybe it will be about the community. The memories. The videos. And waiting for the next generation of the series. Because no matter when Payback 3 eventually arrives, Payback 2 has already earned its place in mobile gaming history. And maybe, years from now, we won't look at it as an old mobile game. Maybe we'll look at it as a classic. Thanks for watching. If you're a Payback 2 fan, leave a comment and tell me. What would you like to see in the future of Payback 2? Or do you think Apex designs should completely focus on Payback 3? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.